15th of February, 2014, we did a similar discussion here.
Yeah.
It was on the 2013 list that President Mahama had submitted to Parliament. And we had opportunity to discuss the issue here. You referred to something that Mr. Kwaku Baako was supposed to have said.
Right.
It was in connection with that particular list.
Right.
I had my take, and I would want to quote what I said on this program.
Right.
I said, I think the controversy out there is needless and uninformed. And there's an element of dishonesty and hypocrisy driving the debate across the political divide. This is my Joy Online. My Joy Online, date 15 February 2014. I proceeded then to indicate the categories that constitute the list.
Right.
And I made the point that the number of presidential staff employed by the president at the office is distinct from the employees in the public service assigned or attached to the president's office. I further made the point that the staff on assignment from the public service draw their salaries from their respective agencies and not from the presidency. This is what I said 15th February 2014. If you play back, you will see that we went and brought documents to establish what the process had been. Numerically, based on this list, and very interesting points have been made here, Nana Akufo-Addo's 998 is the highest, numerically. You had the 2013 being 678. That's the last one I have checked. My records at the Parliament, my sources rather, indicate that 2015, no submission was done. Indeed, 2016, it is this incumbent government that should have been submitting it. Okay?
Yeah. Because it's to be done annually.
Yes. So this government, this Akufo-Addo administration, should be submitting 2016. That has not been done. 2015, which should have been submitted by Mahama administration, was not done. It stops at 2014, submitting the 2013 one. So far, that's my checks.
There's a possibility that more numbers had been added to.
Yes, but I'm not even raising that as an issue immediately.
Okay.
The Mills administration, that is for 2012, incidentally was submitted by President Mahama because, you know, he took over in July, was 661. Mr. Rawlings, the record I have here is the 1999, 6th January, when he was submitting it to Parliament. The figure was 754. Now, what is interesting is this debate we are having. 2003, November 14th, if you go for the Hansard, the issue of the numbers came up during the parliamentary debate. And the issue of the categorization so came up. This is what Alhaji M.A. Yakubu, NPP Member of Parliament for Yendi, and I can't read all, but he raised the point that the question of the high strength of the staff of the office of the president is not unique to the present presidency, because NDC members in Parliament had raised it and were angry that the number that Kufuor had brought, which was then 600 and something, I'll check the number for you, was too much. And he said it has become something that this House has worried about for quite a long time. So he goes on, perhaps the House can give a definitive recommendation requiring that the question of the staff of the office of the president should be investigated. It could well be that some staff were assigned by certain departments or certain ministries, even at their present jobs, or some other way will be found so that the presidency does not seem to look like having too many employees. Because if you look at some of the categories, you will find that they are public servants, assigned to the office of the president. If you take the accountant general, for instance, you normally have accountant general staff in various organizations at all over the place. They still may be regarded as staff of the Attorney General's department. Therefore, I'm jumping. Therefore, it should be looked at as if now we are having some wondrous figures. Therefore, it should not be looked at as if now we are having some wondrous figures. Over 700 for the office of the president, as if something funny is happening there. I think that we ought to have a very definite position so that in future we will not be worrying about these numbers as if they are numbers coming from one office. With this, Mr. Speaker, I support some of the issues have come up here. If you look at the list, and all the list, we are talking here of people
who always
who
leave the solution to the future.
Yes, but it's pursuant to Section 11 of the Presidential Office Act,
right.
1993. That's Act 463. That's where you are pointing. Now, the report covers the following areas. It's almost the same format. If you go back to the 2018 and all that, it says the report, because 2018 is the 2017. What we are dealing with is 2017.
Right. Yeah.
Is the parent. It says the report covers the following areas: the number of presidential staff employed at the office of the president during the period, the ranks and grades of such staff, and employees of other public services assigned to the office of the president. It is only fair if you want to have an informed, educated discourse to go for all the categories. Then you can move beyond criticizing each category if you have a problem with it. It's only fair. It's an intellectual approach. Forget what you see or read on social media or you hear on radio. I've heard a lot, and I didn't start hearing them today. In the last 10, 15 years, it's been a recycling of the same uninformed, sometimes needless debate.